Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, and freaks of nature of all ages. My name is Brian Bad Hippie Jackson, and welcome to a quick tutorial on doing thumbnails. Something that everybody has to do for their YouTube channel. Well, unless you let the auto thumbnail thing do its thing, but nah, we're going to make them look cool. But yeah, in case you're wondering, there in the background, this is going to change. My desktop wallpaper I've got set to, this is cool. I found these on Nerdist, I believe, and it is the Stranger Things cast done up as X-Men characters, and it's really cool. I like it a lot, and it works really good as desktop background. So if you're interested in that, you can pop over to Nerdist and check that out. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a thumbnail for today's video. Now the video I want to do today is the third one in the Left 4 Dead series that I did with Tutortial 67. So the first thing we're going to do to make a thumbnail is find a screenshot that we want. I've already actually got one done, and it is right there. Is the screenshot that I'm going to be using, but I'll go ahead and show you how we get that screenshot. So we pull this open, and I use VLC Media Player. I had to use up the first aid kit, and now I don't have one. I love some of the shit they have on the walls. Let me mute that. I use VLC Media Player. So what you get is when you set up VLC, down here at the bottom on the toolbar, there's just the snapshot button. And so you find a frame that you like and you take a snapshot. And then we'll go ahead and close that because we don't need it anymore. We'll go back to pictures. We'll go down to where we just took our snapshot. And that's how you get a snapshot of the screen, or right there. And it's going to be at the proper resolution or proper size. So now that we've got our picture, check that one out. Dusty as the Beast. That is fucking awesome. I love that. I fucking love that. That's amazing. I'm going to find the link for that, maybe. But yeah, those are cool. Anyways, now that we got our picture, we're going to go down and we're going to open GIMP. And we're going to grab the snapshot that we're going to use, and we're just going to drag it straight over into GIMP. Now I've pre-made a lot of the things that I need for making thumbnails. So like in my BH done folder, I've got my Bad Hippie logo that I always use, so I'll just drag that in. And then in my screenshots folder, I've got a folder where I've got the logos for the people that I co-op with the most often, so that I can make sure they get credit. There we go. So there's Tutortial 67's logo. And then down here a little bit further, we have our Left 4 Dead 2 folder, where I got went on to Google and Googled Left 4 Dead 2 logos in a PNG format so that they maintain transparency. So we'll drag that in as well. Alright, so now we've got our logos in, we've got our image in. Now depending upon your screen and your resolution, you might have to adjust this differently, but I always go up to View, I go to Zoom. The default zoom on my screen and resolution is 67%. So I go to Other, and I'm going to set it to 90 because on my screen that allows me to see the entire image without having to move any of my layer or toolbox option or toolboxes. So I got everything I need right there, and I can see the full image. So that's, set it to whatever size is going to allow you to do that. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just grab this logo and move it over there. Looks like a good place for it. We're going to grab Bill's logo and move it over there, mine, and move it over here. Now the logos are different sizes, so we want to make those a little bit more uniform. So I'm going to grab Bill's logo over here in the layers, and then I'm going to go over here and click on the scale tool. I'm going to click the logo. Now you can't, for some reason, set the numbers without clicking on the image a second time. So I click on the image again, and now I can set the numbers. I want to click this little chain to maintain aspect ratio, and then I'm going to make this image 200 by 200 and scale. Now we're going to click the little arrows there for the move tool, and we're going to drop Bill's logo right above the character that he was playing, which is Bill. Now we're going to grab my logo, and we're going to scale it to 2 by 2. So we're going to untick maintain aspect ratio, since mine's at a bit of an off ratio. Click a second time, and we're going to go 2 by 2, scale, and then we're going to move mine over the top of my character, which is Francis. I kind of like the logo right where it is. We can still see Zoe good. We can still see all the bodies, most of the backgrounding. So that looks, might actually bring it down and over. Yeah, right about there looks good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we need just a little bit more. Okay, so we got that, and now we need some text on here to tell us what episode it is and all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to grab our fonts, and for me, what I'm going to use, I don't even know if you have this font, but this is where you find the fonts in GIMP, whatever you want. I'm going to use the SF Intoxicated Blues, I think it is. Intoxicated Blues. SF Intoxicated Blues Bold. I'm going to make the text color white. I'm going to center the text, and then I'm going to set that to 75. That's usually a good default size to go for. And then if it's not big enough, or if it's too big, you can resize it right there at the same spot. I'm going to go right up under here, and actually I'm going to go right between mine and Bill's logos. There we go. And I'm going to type in co-op with Chartier 67. Actually, I can go ahead and back that up, put a space in it, size this down a tad. Oop. Crapsicles. Oh, okay, now don't worry, that little extra text box that just popped up did not create a new layer. So we're good to go with that. Okay, if I'd have typed something, it would have created a new layer. So we're going to pop that down right there. We're actually going to yeah, let's make it just a bit bigger. I think a 100 will work on that. And then we just need to widen it out a little bit. We'll go ahead and take it logo to logo again, and that'll center it good. Yeah, that's a good spot for that. Now we're going to go select text again. We're going to take it back to 75, and right up here in this dark area, with the same settings as before, we're going to type part 3. Actually, we can take that up to 100 as well. That's not going to be too big. All right. Now, even though the way this even though this text is very, very visible, being white and with everything being as dark as it is, we still want to make sure that we can see it a little bit better. We want things to stand out. We don't want our text to be fading into the background. You know, like this white would be really visible here on the Left 4 Dead 2, but it's got that good red outline for the splatters and all. That's really cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this part 3 up here. We're going to right click and click on duplicate layer, and then we're going to hide the top layer. And we're going to do the same thing with co-op with Chartier 67. Right click, duplicate layer, hide the top layer. Now we're going to take the Part 3 bottom layer, go to Text, select it all, and down in Color, we're going to change that to red. Now we're going to take our Move tool, and we're going to scoot it down and over just enough to offset it from the original text. And then bring the original text back up. There we go. That looks good. And then we're going to do the same thing with the co-op with Chartier 67. There we go. And now we're going to take Part 3 and merge down into the other Part 3. And now we're going to take Part 2 or Chartier and merge down into the other Chartier. Everything, now we really didn't need to do that, but if I were, bringing more stuff into the image after this and decided I needed to reposition the text, that would be a way for me to simply move the whole thing and not have to move it in multiple layers. Hit Control Z to back that up. All right, and that's it. That's our screen. That's our thumbnail right there. Left 4 Dead 2, Part 3, co-op with Chartier 67. Yeah, so now we're going to go over to File and Export As. We're going to go into my Bad Hippie folder in my pictures. We're going to drop into Thumbnails. We're going to grab L4D2 Bill. That's my co-op. I'm simply going to select the last image that I saved, which was number 2. And then I'm going to use that to rename that number 3 so that my naming conventions are all consistent and I can find what I need when I need to find it. And then we're going to hit Export and Export. Now we can close that. We don't need to save the changes. We can close that. Now I can drop down and pull my folders open. Pictures, Bad Hippie, Thumbnails, L4D2 Bill, there's number 3, and there we have it. There is our thumbnail, and that is how I do thumbnails in GIMP. Now, of course, there's all kinds of other stuff you can do in GIMP. If you want to do more than just a screenshot, there's all kinds of other ways to do it. The reason I do it this way, different people have their different ways. Some people have one image that they use as the thumbnail for every single episode in the series. They just pretty much change the episode number on the image, and that's it. And if that's the way you want to do it, that's fine. And some of these people put a lot of time and effort and work into that single image, and it looks good. I prefer to have an image from the actual gameplay. So every video I make, every video gets its own thumbnail because I prefer the thumbnail to be something from that actual video, from gameplay. And that's why I do it the way I do it. I have to make a lot of thumbnails, but it's worth it to me. Anyways, that's how it's done, or at least that's how I do it. Please do not forget to check the links in the description below for the Disabled American Veterans and the Wounded Warriors Project. Let's please help support our veterans. If you liked the video, then hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends and family to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Please don't forget to leave a comment. They are always welcome, good, bad, or somewhere in between. Thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate every one of you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. I love you. Thank you so much. And until next time, this is Brian Bad Hippie Jackson saying peace, love, clean underwear, and happy gaming.